this edition of Brand Buzz with me, Ankita Saxena. Well, this is the show where we get you the top CMOs of the country to tell you about the changing brandscape. Well, the auto sector has been in focus ever since the FM announced the tax relief, which is expected to boost consumption, especially for the entry-level passenger vehicles, the demand for which has been rather sluggish over the last 1 year. Now, what is going to be the demand environment? How will the EV space shape up in the year, and the digitization in the auto space? To weigh in all of this, we are joined by Partho Banerjee, Senior Executive Officer, Marketing and Sales, Maruti Suzuki India. Hi Partho, thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us today. Partho, it has been a year since you assumed the role of CMO. What has been your areas of focus since then?
Ankita, I think my topmost priority has been how we can elevate the customer experience. So in order to do that, I'm trying to build the basic building blocks, how we can be in an efficient manner, connect with our customers. And in order to do that, actually, I think there are two areas where we need to work upon. First is the content part of it. And second is which platform we need to use so that we are able to reach to him and can deliver it in an efficient manner.
So, Partho, there has been a slowdown for the last 1 year as far as the entry-level passenger vehicle cars are concerned. Now, with the budgetary stimulus in the form of tax exemption up to 12 lakh rupees, in the budget, how do you see the demand revival in this category?
Ankita, we need to understand, first of all, that what is the problem with the entry-level car. Just to give you a perspective, if we try to understand, due to different regulations which has been implemented by us over the period of time, if we compare 2018 vis-a-vis 2025, the small car prices have gone up to the tune of 60% due to different regulations. However, at the same time, based on our internal data, if we try to see what has been the monthly household income of the customers, the growth has not been even 1%. So there is a problem of affordability. Now, to be very honest, in this budget up to 7 lakhs, earlier also there was no tax. So for the small car, I think the customer is not going to gain much out of it because the taxation point of view, it is not going to impact them. That's the fundamental issue. It's a matter of affordability.
Right. But also, how do you see the demand pick up in FY26, and what are the categories that are going to drive this growth?
See, there was a forecast in the beginning of the year by the CM, the Society of Indian Automobile Association. They forecasted a growth of 3 to 4%. And more or less the industry is in those lines only. So fundamentally, the market is in line with the forecast. Being the market leader, we feel it is very important for us to be in all segments and in all forms. So if you talk to me today, in the month of December, be it in the month of January, October, we are growing in all segments. Yes, the point which you are going to make is this small cars. You need to understand, and quarter on quarter, we are improving. That's the bottom line. So be it the SUV, be it the MPV, be it the mid hatches, be it the Swift, Baleno, all segments we are seeing there is a good traction. But yes, obviously, if the SUV vehicles are more going to be launched into the market, the share of the SUV market will go more.
Right, Partho, speaking of EVs, how do you see the EV demand panning out? There is CNG, there's petrol, there's diesel, but the hype is really about the EVs. How do you see EVs trend playing out this year?
Ankita, before I come to EV, I will give you one very interesting perspective. In 1819, the diesel market used to be around 33-34%. And today, the diesel market is around 19%. And you know what is the share of CNG in today's market? It is 19%. So now the CNG has almost replaced the diesel actually, and which is a very good sign. CNG is also a very clean fuel. It helps us. Now, coming to the EV, fundamentally, we need to understand one thing that in India, EV is not the primary car. For the customers, it's a secondary car. Till the time we are not able to establish at a primary car, the car penetration of EV vehicles will not go up. In the calendar year 23, the EV penetration was 2.3%. In the calendar year 24, the EV penetration has been just 2.4%. Despite so many launches, so many, I think, price corrections by most of the OEMs, the market has not grown substantially. It's nothing, 2.3, 2.4%. So fundamentally, the EV market will only grow when we are able to establish the product as a primary car.
Right, Partho, speaking of the demand in next month, we are getting into a festive period of Holi and then we have the Navratri. What is the demand trend that you foresee? Are you building inventory for it?
Ankita, we are keeping a very close watch on the network stock. In fact, we have just got a network stock of 19 days, beginning of this month. So we feel that market is more or less okay, and we will be able to serve our customers.
But there is also a lot of young buyers in the demographics. How has your media mix changed to target this cohort?
That's a very interesting question which you have asked me actually. What we are seeing, if we try to see now today the Gen Z and the millennials actually, the way they are consuming the media is very different from the people who are little elder in age. Typically, I'm talking about in the age band of 35 to 40. So first is you need to be the digital first, how we are able to communicate to them through the digital media. Second is you need to, any pitch which you're making to them, as I told in terms of content, there has to be a purpose. Just the functionality will not work. Somehow today, most of the marketing guys, they're more getting into the functionality part, but not on the purpose. Just let me give you an example. When we showcased and unveiled our Vitara in the Bharat Mobility Show, we talked about E for Me. I think maybe you would have seen it during that Bharat Mobility Show. The E for Me we were talking about was, there were two E's into it. One is the Maruti ecosystem which we are going to create along with the product. And the second E was the Mother Nature Earth, that the sustainability, how we are going to reduce the carbon footprint is going to make a huge difference to this planet. So we feel today, if you are going to communicate with this young generation, you need to talk their lingo. You need to give them a purpose other than the functionality part. And another thing which is very important is the experiential part of it. You need to give him a good experience. Till the time he is not experiencing it, he doesn't believe in that brand. So these are the three key things which I feel that today's time, if you need to appeal to the young generation, you need to work on that.
Also, speaking of digitization and targeting the youth, can you throw some light on your marketing digitization efforts? How are you leveraging AI in the marketing strategy?
I think on this digitization part, we in Maruti have been working since 2015. When we came with the concept of Nexa, I think that time we were very clear that we will have a single point of contact for any customer who is going to visit our Nexa showroom. From there, we started digitizing all the steps of the car buying process. And today, I'm very happy to share with you that there are 26 steps in which only one step remains, which is not digitized, and that happens to be the car delivery. So if any new technology comes where we can make the car delivery also digital, so then we are completely digitized for a seamless customer experience. Other than that, actually, we have come up with the Arenaverse and the Nexaverse that totally gives you an experience of the product virtually. And this has been a very, very, I think, interesting tool for us, giving the customer the experience. Many a times it happens that the customer is coming, our vehicle has gone for the test drive, it's not available in the showroom. But through the Nexaverse and the Arenaverse, we are able to give him the total experience to the customer. Also, I think 5 years back, we started Maruti Suzuki Smart Finance portal. And today, Ankita, 50% of our cars which are financed are happening through that platform. So we have got many of these digitization programs which are working very well for us. And coming to the AI powered thing, we are using the chatbots. Today, 97% of our inquiries are handled by the chatbots. Thereby, we have improved the efficiency and also how efficiently we are able to communicate with our customer.
Right, Partho, with the diversity of language and rituals, regional and hyper-local marketing has become very, very critical for brands in India. How do you tailor your advertising strategies for different markets across the country?
Ankita and Maruti, we always believed we need to be more and more local. That was very important, actually. So in regard to that, we are having 18 regional offices across the country, and each regional office is customizing his marketing campaigns so that they are relevant to the local markets. Not only in terms of the print ads, but even when we are into the digital medium, the influences which we are taking for the different markets, we are ensuring that they are relevant to those regional people and they are able to communicate effectively with them. So we believe now that India is like a union of countries like EU, so it's Indian Union. We have got more than 29 states and each state has a different need and we need to meet that need through that local regional offices.
Also, you have just unveiled your Vitara. Can you please tell us about the marketing approach that you're following for your new Vitara?
First of all, this Vitara is a pure EV-born platform product. I think it is very important for everyone to understand what is this pure EV-born. Most of the products today which are right now operating in the Indian industry, they are not pure EV-born. They are having an ICE platform. Some of them are even having the diesel platform also. Now, what is the benefit of the pure EV-born platform? You get a huge wheelbase. The wheelbase is the distance between the two tires. In our case, in the case of Vitara, it is 2700 millimeter. And you know what it makes a difference to it? Some of the premium brands, they used to do some branding like long wheelbase. And that happens to be 2800 millimeter. Ours is 2700 millimeter. But fundamentally, in case of Vitara, our strategy is not to promote only the product. What we are doing is the campaign E for Me. We are trying to say that we are not only selling you a product, we are selling you a solution which comprises of addressing your range anxiety, taking care of the public charging infrastructure, and also the after-sales service. Just to give you a perspective, we are planning in the top 100 cities to have the public charging system at a distance of 5 to 10 kilometers. Coming to after-sales service, we are planning to have the after-sales service in 1,000 plus cities, 1,500 workshops, where we are going to have the trained manpower to take care of the customers, any concerns, and also we are going to have emergency charging system also, any customer who has gone there. And third important thing is this, even if a customer feels that still he is a little uncomfortable, we are planning to have a rental program by which a customer, if he's going out, he can take a ICE vehicle from us and he can go have a good time traveling, maybe weeks time, 10 days time, and he can come and give it back to us. We want to make the Vitara as the primary vehicle. We don't want the customer to use it as a secondary vehicle. That is our thought process.
Right, Partho, finally, what are going to be the top trends for marketing in 2025 and what would be your advice to the marketer?
If you ask me, I think the first advice to me for the marketer will be to be digital first world. Because in today's time, I think everyone is consuming the digital part of it. The adaptation to the digital thing is expanding and is going up very fast. Second thing important is this, that the customer journey is today no longer linear. We need to more look into the experiences part of it, which resonates with their values, needs, and lifestyle. And as I have shared with you that we have seen in case of Gen Z and millennials, they are more motivated by the purpose. The brand needs to build a good connect, and then only for that you need to have good storytelling. So the content development is going to make a huge difference in today's time when there is so much of clutter. And finally, I think you need to also address the regional flavors, because India is a country which has got diversified culture, and we need to be reaching to the customer in the right fashion. So staying proactive, ahead of trends, and staying true to the brand core value, I think that will drive the marketing trends in the times to come.
All right, Partho, thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us today on Brand Buzz. But with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Brand Buzz. I'll see you same time next week. See you soon.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.